Welcome to the Cali Media Weekly Roundup. This week, Hollywood made some choices, and the comment section somehow made them even more interesting. We've got Madonna proving longevity still matters, a young actress starting a whole debate over what counts as a dream role, movie theaters making a serious comeback, and apparently Bette Midler and Tyrese are now fighting over AI? But before we get into all of that, here's the week in 60 seconds. Rogue, meanwhile, is an iconic character who could potentially appear across several Marvel projects. Why are we assuming that appearing alongside famous men would automatically be the better opportunity for her? Indy Neverett chooses X-Men over Heat 2. The debate everyone had. The biggest debate on my page this week wasn't about superheroes. It was about a career decision. Actress Indy Neverett reportedly chose an X-Men role over appearing in Heat 2, and the internet immediately decided she'd made a mistake. A lot of people acted like she turned down real cinema for a comic book movie. But here's what I think people are missing. She's part of a younger generation of actors that didn't necessarily grow up dreaming about starring opposite Al Pacino or Robert De Niro. They grew up loving Marvel, gaming, anime, streaming, and Comic-Con culture. To someone in their 20s, joining the X-Men isn't settling. It might actually be the dream job. The comments reflected that divide. One side said she should have taken the prestige role. The other said, let actors choose the careers they actually want. To be honest, I think that's where Hollywood is changing. The old definition of prestige isn't the only path anymore. Franchise films have become cultural events. The younger performers don't see them as second-tier opportunities. I'll definitely be watching to see how this one plays out. Okay, this comment came from Give Henry Better Movies. I love that name. Who's actually been hanging around my page since some of my earliest pop culture posts. So thank you for the comment. Here we go. They brought up something about the whole Indy Neverett debate that I hadn't really considered. They asked, how many memorable female characters have there actually been in Michael Mann movies? That's a damn good question. Because everybody was talking about Heat 2 like Indy had automatically turned down the role of a lifetime. But we don't know that. Meanwhile, Rogue isn't some throwaway superhero girlfriend. She's one of the most iconic women in X-Men history. If Marvel gets this character right, this could be a role Indy plays for years. And as Give Henry Better Movies also pointed out, Jennifer Lawrence and Hugh Jackman seem to have done just fine after X-Men. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Indy's gonna be alright. So maybe the question isn't why would she turn down Heat 2? But why are so many people convinced Heat 2 had to be the better opportunity? Thanks again, Give Henry Better Movies, for the great comment. She could tie Beyonce and Taylor Swift as the most awarded artist in VMA history. Madonna isn't going anywhere. If you needed proof that longevity still matters in entertainment, look no further than Madonna. More than 40 years after her first MTV Music Award appearance, she's once again leading the nominations. That sparked a fascinating debate. Some people celebrated it. Others asked whether newer artists deserve more recognition. But maybe we're asking the wrong question. Awards aren't supposed to measure age. They're supposed to recognize impact. And whether you love Madonna or not, very few artists have influenced pop culture for 4 straight decades. The comments were split almost right down the middle. Some called her the Queen of Pop. Others argued it's time to move on. Personally, I think both reactions prove why she's still relevant. I mean, let's face it, people don't argue about artists who've stopped mattering. Revenue reached nearly $384 million, and the company recorded its strongest second quarter since 2019. And Cineplex's CEO says Gen Z is a major reason why. Cinema is back. One story I don't think got nearly enough attention this week was the return of movie theaters. For years, we kept hearing that streaming had won. Theaters were dead. But this summer tells a different story. Between Spider-Man, The Odyssey, Toy Story 5, surprise hits like Backrooms and Obsessions, audiences are showing up again. And I don't think it's just because the movies are better. The theater experience itself has changed. Recliners, premium screens, Dolby sound, dinner theaters, IMAX. People aren't just paying for a movie anymore. They're paying for an event. One comment that really stood out came from the Black Nerd podcast. He said he'd love to see more Black films exploring a wider variety of genres and stories. I think that's a great point. If audiences are returning to theaters, this is the perfect opportunity for Hollywood to take bigger creative swings instead of relying only on sequels. The box office may be recovering. Now, let's see if creativity follows. You gave me something to really think about. And hey, do you want to end up here next week? Leave me a great comment on any of my shorts, reels, or YouTube videos. Make me think, make me laugh, disagree with me. I don't care. Just give me something worth talking about. I might feature your comment and give you a shout out on the next show. And with that, folks, the comment section has spoken. Okay, here's something you probably missed this weekend. Bette Midler and Tyrese Gibson are fighting over AI music. Yes, that's where we are now. The song is called Celebrate Me by Inga Rose. It's blown up online, has more than 23 million Spotify streams, and was created using AI music platform Suno. Now, the Inga Rose account says the lyrics and stories are human written, with AI used to help bring the music to life. But Bette Midler is not buying this. She says AI music is taking the riffs, phrasing, voices, and emotional performances of generations of actual musicians, with those artists receiving absolutely nothing for it. And Bette Midler went all the way there. She called it cultural genocide. But then Tyrese jumped into the comments and basically said, AI isn't going anywhere. The song is good. People are connecting with it. So instead of complaining, step your shit up. And then he asked what human writer and singer was going to make something better. Sir, Tyrese, you are a human singer. That's your team. Living, breathing singers. And that's what makes this story so fascinating, because we're way past asking whether AI is coming for creative work. It's already here. Some artists themselves are arguing over whether that's horrifying or whether everybody else just needs to compete with the machine. And apparently, Bette Midler and Tyrese Gibson have chosen their sides. Welcome to 2026. And that's the week. If you made it this far, thank you for hanging out with me. And remember, I want to hear what you think. Drop your takes in the comments, because you never know when something you say down there is going to end up right here on the next show. And if you haven't already, like, subscribe, and stick around. We've got plenty more pop culture to talk about. I'm Ratia Murphy. This is Cali Gal Media, and I'll see you next week.